The following program is sponsored by Tropical Acres Steakhouse.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim-flam sauce with the awesome bay, with shafafa on the side.
Happy Monday, everybody. I'm trying to sound happy. I don't know why I sounded pretty grim there, but welcome to another week and edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, streaming to you live on the interwebs, on the South Florida Live Network, on Facebook and YouTube. Tell all your friends and frenemies, like us, subscribe, find us, click it, play. And I think some of you have been finding us now that we're live streaming on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group, which is a good thing. And also it's available at night, audio only on the radio for those who like it truly old school on oldiesouthflorida.com, WWNN 1470, 96.9, 95.3 in the Broward and Palm Beaches. All right, that's a long-winded intro today. I am joined, as usual, by Jeff Defo DeForest and Mike Lubie Lubitz. How are you today, gentlemen? How was your weekends? Defo, you go first.
Oh, good. Very solid weekend. Very quiet. Of course, it started out with a Degenerate Friday session with you, Mike Mayo. Well, always very popular when you show up at the bar, but you spoiled the patrons there that first time you came out there with that food from that Filipino dive that you went to. And everybody loved it, and they were all coming over. And now every time you come out, what's the first thing everybody says? Hey, we didn't bring nothing? Great. Like your presence wasn't good enough. You'd have to come, with a smorgasbord of food. But yeah, a good solid weekend, and I'm hoping that you continue to degenerate from there because it seemed like you were doing well when we were at the races together.
Yeah, I felt a little bad about coming empty-handed, but I figured, I don't have to spoil them every time. And
you're the gourmet.
Yeah, I know. And I think it was because I was in a rush. Friday, I was going around between doing the show and the morning show, but enough of the excuses. I just didn't really feel like reaching into my pocket. I wanted to just plunge away and, spend little on food. Besides, I was eating so many sandwiches all week long, and
Yes.
The Friday sandwich was the for National Oyster Day. We did that fried oyster po' boy with the combination of fried shrimp on it from the Shuck and Dive in Fort Lauderdale. But you know what? It is not over. It's National Sandwich Month, not National Sandwich Week. So we're going to be keeping going every day. On the Lunchbox, we're going to be eating something different. And look, now today, you can't really tell.
What do you
I
got
posted
there?
on Let's Eat. It's
Burger
only
milk, patty milk?
It's a half sandwich because
Okay.
I ate the first half last night. I was I got knocked out of a poker tournament as usual, and I was gonna just go to my local Popeyes and just grab the chicken sandwich and use that for the show today. But that was the big sensation. What was it, 3 years ago, where people were lined up for hours around the block, and you couldn't find them, and they couldn't make them fast enough. People were dropping dead in the kitchens, just overworked and selling thousands of them. And now you could just usually pull up to a Popeyes right away. But when I went up to my local Popeyes last night, there was a line and it wasn't moving at all. And I just peeled out and I said, you know what? I'm going to my friends at Shenanigans, Pat Utter.
Oh, nice.
And I went, again, it was a little bit on the later side, and they have late night food, and they're one of our sponsors. And they also have darn good sandwiches. Now, usually they have really good fish sandwiches, the mahi sandwich. I mean, they always have good fish sandwiches. I had a mediocre fish sandwich on Saturday at the Yard House down at Gulfstream with our buddy Chris Perkins. He met me for a little bit of degeneracy early in the day.
What happened to Christine Lee? So you went away from your, your sweet spot there.
I left it in his court, and because the last time we met, we went to Christine Lee's, and he liked it, but he just was in the mood for, I guess, more along the casual lunch type fare that you find at Yard House. But big mistake, because I had a tuna sandwich there. It was they called it an everything
Wait
seasoned.
a minute. You went for a tuna sandwich? Play
Wait,
some music or something.
Some
fanfare, brass band music here.
Mayo, not old Jewish man chopped up tuna salad with mayo. This was like a tuna steak, like an ahi tuna
Oh,
steak.
okay. That made it so much better.
They
All right.
put it on the bun. Except
It's a tuna sandwich.
back in the days, it used to be great. Like the fish tasted fresher. I don't know. This
Yeah.
tasted like it had just been defrosted from the
Uh-oh.
cryovac pack, and they threw some arugula on it, and the bun was stale, and the fries were cold, and I just
Wow.
I was kind of a little bit disappointed in how far
Yard House
the
usually
Yard
pretty
House-
good.
I used to like your.
It's
Yeah.
fallen. I mean, it's
Oh,
one of
yeah?
those things. It's a chain. I don't even know who owns it now. I think somebody said it was Darden. I got to look it up. I got to do the
Oh.
research. But the one at Gulfstream used to always be a very solid choice. Great,
was good, yeah.
And I used to always get that tuna poke nachos are good there. I don't know if they're still good, but all I know is like I used to get burgers there. I used to get the tuna,
Yep.
this ahi tuna sandwich that used to call it blackened. Now they call it everything seasoned because it had sesame seeds and the everything that you find in an everything bagel. But it just, I would describe it as schwach, the Yiddish word for just tired and mediocre and average.
What was that word again?
I
Oh,
still
sorry.
never heard that word.
Schwach.
Schwach.
Schwach. You got to get the phlegm coming at the back end.
Yeah.
But the schwach is the just like tired, kind of like nothing inspired about it.
What did Perkins think of his? Or did you actually take a couple of bites of his to see if the whole place had gone downhill?
No, well, he, you know what? I was so focused on my sandwich. I forgot what Perkins got. And
You're that frustrated.
no, he was.
That's
drinking a
like after
beer.
6 dates when the woman asks you, what color are my eyes? When you're talking around the phone and you have no
Brown.
idea. You take a shot, man.
Say
Like,
brown.
Oh yeah. You know what he got? He got the shrimp tacos.
Yeah.
He got shrimp tacos.
shrimp tacos. All right.
And he said his was fine, so that's all right. But anyway, after the disappointment of
Did you send
the,
it back? I mean, did you complain? Did you fetch? Did
so
you fetch
usually,
it all?
you know,
my
back.
big thing is you got to let people know if you're not satisfied. But the Yard House, so it became really packed. Prime time, 1
Yeah.
o'clock, lunchtime on Saturday. Like there's all these tables of like 16. It was like it seemed like just once a restaurant gets overrun by these huge 15, 16 tops ladies who lunch, all this kind of thing. They have, I tried to get our waiter to come back. They have these little consoles now that are on the table. Have you seen these? They're like little iPads where you can do the ordering and do everything without actually going to a human being. And there's a
That
little
one I
button.
haven't seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chili's
some
had
of
that
these-
years ago.
a lot of these chains are going to it, which I don't like it. I find it dehumanizing. It's one more way that
Very
you
impersonal.
lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
pay people. Like,
the whole point
Although
of
I do
going
like
to-
the self-betting machines over going to a pari-mutuel clerk by far. Because at least that way, if
Yeah.
you make a mistake, it's on you. It's not like the guy
Unfortunately-
said, wait a minute, what do you, I didn't bet the fairgrounds. I said, go stream, go stream.
if they were really progressive there, they would have programmed in the betting
That would work, yeah.
apps into those little ordering
Yeah.
machines.
Yard House.
Actually, Christine Lee's is linked with the track, and they do have self-service machines in Christine Lee's. But
Which
they
makes
don't.
it all the more appetizing. For me.
Right.
They could serve garbage there. It could be Chung King Chow Mein
But it's
coming out of a
not.
can. I would still love it.
It's Christine Lee's is the official choice of degenerate gamblers because
Yeah,
you
it's
can
legit.
actually punch away.
Great.
At the restaurant, it's still considered technically part of the racetrack, whereas Yard House is considered off property, so they can't have in-house betting there. So the bottom line is, and Christine Lee's is, it's a little bit pricey, but I think everything there is worth it,
Yeah,
and I
it's
wanted to
legit,
go
though.
there and try the wings like you suggested because I've never
They're very
had them
good.
there.
The
You
wings
would
are
like
fire,
it.
and those
Yeah.
ribs, the spare ribs are great.
So getting back to last night at Shenanigans,
All right, so what
They
do you end
have-
up with here?
they have this what's called the buttermilk fried chicken buttermilk southern
Oh.
fried chicken sandwich. It's like a chicken sandwich, and they have this buttermilk batter on it that is absolutely light and delicious. And when it came out last night, it was this big hulking piece of just white meat breast chicken that's on a bun. And of course, I ate like half cut it up, and so today I have. It kind of looks like your normal chicken sandwich there.
It's a little hard to
It-
make out there.
Yeah, it's on the screen. There we go. How about that? That's in Zoomavision, but
not exactly high definition, the computer camera that you're using there.
all right. Well, in any event, it was a
Rune
darn
Arledge
tasty
would
sa-
not necessarily think, hey, this is going to get me another Emmy when he held up that sandwich like you just did on Wide World of Sports.
Are we going to start ragging about production values of the?
No, it was hard to make out because I mean, normally I would say this, that anything Patrick Cutter, and I don't say this just because they sponsor the show. It happens to be true that the things that come out of their kitchen are great. They really are, and especially in the sandwich category. You mentioned. I know Jersey Kyle. Was a huge advocate of all fish sandwiches there. And it's not like he's all that discriminating, but he's recommended it to me a couple of times, and I've had the fish sandwiches at Shenanigans. Fantastic, whatever it is, man, because it's right off the boat.
Yeah.
So I don't know the chicken sandwich, and how
Well,
come
so I
there's
should
been so much diminished interest though in the Popeyes thing? I wanted to go back to that for a second
Yeah,
because
okay.
it was true when it came out. Was it the advertising campaign? Because you still see at Chick-fil-A, I mean, they have to have like triple lines. Like you're, trying to decide whether or not to, use your Sun Pass or not at the airport. I mean,
they have.
I think they even have a Sun Pass line. You can pay with Sun Pass on Chick-fil-A.
They have like these field commandos that
Yeah.
work at the
There's a guy
airport,
like at the
hiding in
airport with the
airport, they go
flashlights.
like
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
and they got backups on the lines on Federal
Okay, Johnny,
Highway.
bring it up. Yeah, no, the blue car.
No, I guess I don't know what if Chick-fil-A dusts their chicken fillets with crack or some sort of opioids that
Always
just
lime.
that makes it addictive because people just go rushing back there.
Always.
I
A
think
lot
you
of
get
people
closer to God. You really do if you eat one of those
Well,
sandwiches.
Right.
People
It's
must
never
believe
on
that.
a Sunday. Yeah, never on a Sunday. They're closed on Sunday. They have their beliefs, and they've alienated some of the potential audience because of what they've done. And so I know a lot of people who just boycott Chick-fil-A. And but the Popeyes, for whatever reason, I guess they're going slow and steady. They still sell their chicken sandwiches. I think it's $3.99 or $4.99. They're a good value. They're still pretty good. But I went for the and again, last night at Shenanigans, I could have got the mahi sandwich, which is one of my usual orders. Last time I was in there before last night, they had their fish of the day was this beautiful yellowtail snapper sandwich that was excellent. And they have swordfish, I like it. But last night's fish of the day sandwich was tuna, and since I had just been scarred, after been scarred by the Yard House, I didn't want to do tuna. Because it was one of the sandwiches that I ate for. I keep on the Instagram. I've been showing a sandwich a day, and I actually showed this sandwich for day 7 yesterday for Sunday. Sarni is saying, "What is this? A repeat?" No, I'm going to go eat another sandwich later. I'm stockpiling my sandwiches like nuts, like a squirrel. But anyway,
Sarni to be tracking is like he was the Elias Sports Bureau.
I love your dedication, and I love Cerny's persistence. He doesn't mess around. Like he's classic.
It's good to have a guy like that, around the
He's
show.
like
It really is.
Yeah, no, it's
kind of keeps you honest.
It does have to keep.
Text middle of the night.
Can't pull that one out of the bag again, Mayo. I just saw that yesterday.
Well, this is a two-parter, and since the weekends come, I'm able to, again, I have my leftovers, and so on this sandwich, he has a little pickles, and it looks like some sort of like slaw, like a pickle, like kind of like I thought it was radicchio, but it's actually looks like a kind of a slaw red cabbage type stuff.
It's like a red cabbage.
It's like but I have something that I'm going to even give it the extra boost here. I don't know if my schmutzy camera, if you can see it. No, this is from my mom's health aide. Actually, the daughter of my mom's weekend aide made pickles, which is the Haitian slaw. And I don't know if you've ever had pickles, Defo. Lubie, have you had pickles?
Remember we had it at the restaurant. It was really good. It has a kick. I'm sort of a wuss.
This stuff. It's Haitian slaw, shredded cabbage and carrots in here, but they put in Scotch bonnet peppers and vinegar, and it has this kick. It's
Scotch
fire.
bonnet serious.
So I have on here for my. Let me put.
So this ought to be interesting. Now, what if you have to leave to go to the bathroom in the middle of this?
Don't get sick.
If the stuff is so hot that it just gives you a immediate.
No, I took a bite before. Wait, and
you had it on there already. Okay.
Well, no, here. Well, I took a bite of the straight pickles because this is, and we're talking about starting this segment. Food wars. We could have our first food war of the pickles that Geralda's daughter makes versus the pickles that Rosemary, who's my mom's main health aide, that comes almost every day. But Rosemary makes her own pickles. That is just.
Does she know that you are Mr. Food, or does she just do this out of kindness? I mean,
that's why.
Or is she doing this to introduce you to new things or things that you might like?
Both. No, she knows that I am an adventurous food eater and writer and explorer. So she often brings in some of her Haitian dishes, and she's a really good cook. And and she usually keeps me and baby mama Michelle, she loves Rosemary's pickles and puts it on everything. And so Rosemary usually brings batches every few weeks. So, but now I'm trying for the first time. It was Geralda's daughter, who I don't even know her name, but she made a batch. I took a bite, and it's fire. It's good. So here we go. We're going to start off the new week of the sandwich month with
a
the
leftover chicken sandwich
leftover
from Shenanigans with something that your mother's
pickles.
health aid made on top. This is Mike Mayo. It would be day number 6 for us, but day number 8 for you.
This is our sixth.
And what's the story there? Mike Mayo's already chowing down on this thing. I don't know if you're going to be able to talk. You might want to wash that down first.
Can you breathe?
Because hot sauce and broadcasting, I know for a fact, do not mix. One little speck goes down the wrong chute there, and the whole show's over. We got to start from scratch. And you go right back to, hey, let's be happy, everybody. Are you okay there? Or are you turning colors, Mike Mayo? You look worse than you did when you thought you were going to be subjected to that DQ when we were out there going screen to screen at the track.
The hot dog? Oh, no. I thought you were talking about the hot dog contest again.
No, the hot dog contest, that was a whiter shade of pale you turned.
Which, by the way, I was getting, somebody was giving me grief this week. Oh, I went out to the track. When I was out there at the Yard House, and then I paid a visit to the press box, or actually the press office, and Dave Joseph is in there, and oh boy, they were giving me grief about the potato buns.
They blistered you, with the hot dog contest. Well, 7 is it's such a mild total. I mean, it seems absurd to me. I don't know that I could eat 4 hot dogs at one setting. I suppose if at gunpoint, as they say, although you can't say that anymore, but if forced, I probably could shovel in 4 or 5 hot dogs. But 7 didn't seem like a lot for an adventurous guy like you. That also, you get your 3 squares in a day. There's no denying that.
It's 3 squares in an hour. Like he goes.
Sometimes at lunch. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the whole crew there. I mean, Dave Joseph and Ron Nicoletti, and I think they have this new analyst. I don't know what's her name, Patricia. They're all just ragging on me. Like
they all knew about it. Oh, nice.
Yeah, they all watched it. Apparently, it's become all this clickbait fodder to watch me try to put down these.
This could outdo the worst fighter ever, like with 2.2.
I don't know. We're going to go to 2 million,
but that was years ago. I mean, that was like 100 years ago, another lifetime ago for me doing those boxing matches.
That's what episode? I think that was July 2nd. I think if you want to look in the archives online.
Yeah,
it's the Friday before July 4th.
Classic.
Yeah. So
that should go viral. It really should.
But again, they're just ragging on
vile.
What were you thinking? Potato buns? You're a veteran. You should know these things.
Yeah, that was lame. That's a truth.
No, you stepped out on your own there.
That was a weird move.
I mean, think about Chestnut. He's a disciplined athlete. He trains.
Yep.
And you know what? There's a method to doing this. It's just like your golf swing, Mike Mayo. If you don't have the right technique, you can never be good.
Fate.
Yeah, never be good. All right, going right back in for this hot schnitzel or whatever that thing is that you're like out on.
Is it just a little bit of pickles or like a lot of pickles when you're done chewing?
I gave it a good coating.
It's
got a kick.
Tom Tannasini says this stuff is excellent. Whatever it is,
it's great. It just has a really strong kick, and it's not just at the aftertaste. Like it's like from first bite, you taste like.
Oh yeah, it lingers. That heat lingers.
Are serious, man. Like my former father-in-law.
Yeah, you're starting to turn. Oh yeah, you guys take it. Okay, here we go. Schwitzing, a mess. I'm telling you, you're going to end up in the bathroom in segment 2.
I'm fine. I'm doing better than Lubie's Wi-Fi was this morning. It's glad to see him down in the kitchen, and that's appropriate for the lunchbox.
Yeah.
I see a microwave in the background. Maybe why don't you go make a sandwich during the
This
break?
is his 3rd location today. Right. We've only done this is our second.
I see
show.
a wine rack. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm putting you on the spot, Lubie. I want you to grab that bottle of wine that's up top. I'm gonna critique your wine rack. Give me what's on top.
This is Chianti.
No, not the wicker basket Chianti. The one on top of the rack.
He got that for his bar mitzvah. That bottle of wine. What are you talking about? Look
This
at that thing.
What do we got?
is Fez Parker. When we went to California, Shirley got a membership to Fez
Pinot
Parker.
Noir?
2018 Pinot Noir. They make a really nice Pinot Noir.
There you go, Mayo.
That's a great wine. I am shocked.
Yeah. Well,
Take
Shirley's
that,
a
Mike Mayo. You think
this
everybody
wine.
else is lacking in taste and culture and class, and there you go. Lubie arbitrarily pulls out an outstanding bottle
Lubie
of wine
just shocked me.
from
And
this
I gotta-
swanky wine rack he has.
That's
Yeah.
I'm redoing the rankings because I thought Defo was kind of a worldly guy, a veteran.
Yeah.
He's been in press boxes and glomming meals off sponsors for decades, and that he would have that he would be firmly ensconced in the number 2 slot in terms of the foodie and food and wine connoisseur, but he just drinks his Chardonnays, and he doesn't experiment or get adventurous. I am moving Lubie up the depth chart to number 2
because
on
he
the
pulled a bottle of
on
wine out of his rear
It's
end.
more
Are you
Shirley
kidding
than
me, Mike Mayo? What does he know about this stuff?
because
Nothing.
he's hanging out with
Zero.
women of
He'd be
class and
drinking
taste.
Manischewitz. His wife just likes to spend money because she makes a lot of money.
That's good.
No,
I
she's
that.
in wine.
I need
They
to
like-
find a woman like that.
Well,
She's in
yeah,
business.
that would be part A of any criteria. Does she make a lot of money?
Oh, man.
Does she have her own money? That's always good too.
Does she have her own money? That helps. Yeah.
Hey, let's
It's
talk
definitely
about
helpful.
Visit Lauderdale, gentlemen. It's time,
Yes.
good time
Speaking of
to
saving
talk
money,
about
where are you guys going? Have you picked the location? Is it still a secret? You and
trying
Nikki
to firm
Mohan?
it up. I'm firming it up later this afternoon. And
Okay.
it's going to be something exotic and exciting, as we are always going to be featuring on the Visit Lauderdale, Everyone Under the Sun, Every Dish Under the Sun segments with Nikki Mohan on Thursdays. Love doing that. Love going out and about. And this week we're going to do a double header with, one of the Visit Lauderdale on Thursday with Nikki Mohan at a site that's going to be announced tomorrow. And then Friday we're going to take a sojourn up to Palm Beach County. I don't know if you're in on this, Defo.
I'm in. Yeah, no, I saw the stuff. Tanazzini is just killing me with the pictures
He really
that
does.
he's posted. And then on
So
top of
amazing.
that, I mean, I don't even mind paying that. These prices were ridiculous. He's got a dozen grilled oysters that look like they're absolutely phenomenal from New Orleans, these oysters. And he's charging less than it would cost you if you went to New Orleans to get them, which is really amazing. Yeah.
No, it's great. He's a reasonable man. He has high quality product. He is trying to make enough to keep his enterprise going, and it's been a full year. But on Friday we're going to go up and basically get feeded by Tom T at Nobo Brewing Company, which is in Boynton Beach, just off 95 there. I forget the exit, Gateway Boulevard, I think, in that warehouse district. Nobo Brewing Company, I think they open at 12 on Friday, or they might be opening just for us. But Tom T is going to have his kitchen equipment there. He's not going to even be on the truck, but he's going to bring some stuff and going to try some of his fine selection of the the crawfish etouffees and the gumbos and the
Sounds good.
jambalayas. And
He's been advertising his boudin balls, and I already told the professor about it, so the professor may be in tow as well because he's a
Tom
big fan of
T,
boudin.
he's got the best balls of them all. And no, and I think he promised he's going to make me a muffaletta sandwich for Sandwich Month. So I've got to stuff my face with one of his classic, and that's basically a Italian sandwich that they make in New Orleans on this circular loaf bread that and then they put this olive tapenade on top of the Italian stuff. It's great. It's a great sandwich.
Is Mother's your go-to place for that, Mike Mayo, or is that
No, Central Grocery in the
El
French
Turista
Quarter
for you?
No, Central Grocers.
Central
Grocery in the French Quarter is like kind of the original home of the muffaletta sandwich.
Oh yeah,
I
okay.
usually get one and actually pack it for the plane and bring a whole one home with me.
I don't think I've seen that place.
That's
Central
good.
Grocery. All right.
Central
I'll have to check it
Grocery.
out. I'm going back
But-
there in a couple of weeks.
But anyway, now the destination is Fort Lauderdale. Dine Out Lauderdale, Greater Fort Lauderdale. Going on all August and September is these great dining deals. Dozens and dozens of top restaurants offering amazing 3 and 4 course meals starting at just $35. And some of these high-end places that, you're going to be getting a substantial discount, and you get to enjoy the full great service and atmosphere and ambiance. Places like Evelyn's at the new Four Seasons Resort on Fort Lauderdale Beach. Dune on the Fort Lauderdale Beach there is taking part. You've got places down on Las Olas Boulevard like Wild Sea Oyster Bar and Grill. That's in the Riverside Hotel, and they have things like in New Orleans style shrimp remoulade and chicken Milanese and a limoncello mascarpone mousse. So many restaurants, including the Catherine, and it's our friend Timon Ballou, and he's doing great work there. And they have this Dine Out Lauderdale menu that includes things like short rib with summer corn, using nice, fresh, local, seasonal ingredients, along with his heirloom tomato and burrata salad. That's a winner. And the fresh house-made desserts made by his wife, Marissa. So go into the Catherine, part of Dine Out Lauderdale. You can check out all the great deals out there and all the menu offerings by going online to visitlauderdale.com/deals. And more taste sensations are being added by the day. More restaurants are signing up. Again, all month long, August and September. So start planning your culinary adventures to Greater Fort Lauderdale now and get your taste of the good life for less. dig in now at visitlauderdale.com/deals.
Mickey Mohan is a hoot on those shows, but
He's the best.
I think you have to extend the invitation. I don't know if it's okay with Tom. I would imagine so, since he sounds like he's making a lot of food. But should we not have Nikki on hand on Friday if she can make it?
I will invite her. I don't know
She's a
if
busy lady, so-
contractually she's allowed to leave county lines for her job.
This doesn't have to be an official visit. It could be just one of
Okay,
those things
alright.
that's done like
Yeah,
a
well,
Nick Saban recruiting trip.
Right, keep it on the down low.
Yeah, where nobody knows it happened. And, there's
Unofficial.
no record whatsoever of planes taking off or landing anywhere, with regard to trying to get a kid to go to Alabama. All right, we're coming back with more Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. So what's the word on a chicken sandwich? You kind of
Great. I love it.
The stuff that you put on it more so than the sandwich itself. How
No,
did it
the
come
sandwich
out?
itself, when you get it fresh and hot at the restaurant, like
Yeah.
everything at Shenanigans, we love Pat Utter and everything they do, and they're celebrating their official 30th anniversary this month at both locations. So go check them out. They're going to have a big celebration on the night of August 20th, the Dolphins preseason game
Nice.
against the Las Vegas Raiders that's being played here. But if you go watch the game there at the two Shenanigans locations, they're going to be giving away kind of free beers or free shots if you wear a Dolphins jersey or other team
Well, we should
gear.
head out there. You have a Dolphins
Oh, yeah.
jersey.
I could probably find a hat. I think I have a hat right behind me. And I think that'll be good
I
enough
might have
to get
one
my
with
free
like
shot.
Defo on the back. How corny
We
is
should
that to wear
go-
that? Yeah.
We should go celebrate with the Utters for that night. That'll be
Yeah.
a lot of fun. So, again, that's at Shenanigans, the two locations. Well, you'll hear the commercial later, but one in Hollywood across from TY Park, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. That's my local. Sometime you'll see me there sulking after another tough beat in poker, but enjoying a delicious sandwich. And this chicken sandwich, this other one, I first saw it. My daughter's friend, Erin, got it, and I was so blown away by how big it was. When you get it at the restaurant, you see it's like the chicken breast is like totally outpaces the bread. So like you got to nibble around the edges, and that coating, that buttermilk just batter on it is light and crisp. And again, sometimes fried food weighs you down. Not this. This is like floats like a feather, and doesn't sting like a bee unless you put Geralda's daughter's pickles on it. Then it stings like a bee, but that's good kind of heat. I love that. I love the pickles, but Shenanigans, good sandwiches, good everything. Go see Pat Utter and tell him the Lunchbox sent you.
All right. They found some stiff to play.
You like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. And we're back on the Lunchbox Monday edition, getting ready for another week of big eating and traveling and having some fun with Jeff DeForest, Mike Lubitz. Touch base with Brad over at Costas. We'll make our monthly Costas visit next Tuesday on the,
Nice.
I guess that will be the 16th of August. Next Tuesday at Costas Greek Eatery and Pizzeria. We love them. We love us. Whatever they give us or bring to us, we'll put in our mouths. Defo is a huge fan now of the falafel.
Addicted. Yeah.
Speaking of falafel, yesterday, I thought I was going to make my sandwich of the day yesterday, a falafel in pita along one of those kosher restaurants along Sterling Road on my way from my house to the Hard Rock for this poker tournament. And
What happened in the poker tournament? You got buried? I mean,
I grinded it
bad
out
stuff?
for
Yeah,
a good amount of time, and
okay.
so my friend Ellen Freed was dealing, never to me, but she was in the same room, the same tournament, and it was always good to see Ellen. She's a big foodie, and she runs different Facebook groups like Ellen Loves Burgers and Ellen Loves Pastrami and Ellen Loves Fried Chicken, and she's a good member of Let's Eat South Florida. But anyway, no, I wanted to have like a falafel sandwich. You planted that seed in my brain, Defo. I wanted the falafel and pita bread with all the dressings and the sauces and whatever the yogurt dressing. I guess it's called different things in different cultures. Tzatziki sauce in the Greeks, and I don't know what the Israelis call it, but tahini sauce maybe, right?
I have a tahini, yeah.
Yeah. So in any event, I go to my first one, Pita Star, closed. Pita Express closed. Then I look at the thing; they were all closed last night. I said, "It's not Shabbos, as I call it."
What is it, Purim? I mean, what's going
No,
on?
I had to look up on my Jewish calendar yesterday. They were all closed. It was a Jewish holiday, Tisha B'Av. I have no
Oh,
idea what.
Tisha B'Av, yeah.
I don't know
That's a
what
big
Tisha
one.
B'Av
I don't know what it
celebrates.
is, but I've heard of it.
My friend,
Again,
who's a very Orthodox Jewish person now, he converted from, he had some problems in his life before and found some rabbi that guided him down this path. And he knows all of the, kosher restaurants. He wanted to come on and do a segment on it here in town because I guess it is difficult to find, places. Maybe they're all centralized kind of
no, they're
in that
they're
location.
clustered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're in other areas, it's not always easy for him to find what he's looking for. And but it's amazing to me because we play tennis frequently or used to, and it was always a Jewish holiday, which you can't play on. It's kind of like the Sarni with the National Food Days. Every day is like some kind of Jewish holiday. I mean,
It's
the
always
guy was
something.
only available like a half hour a week. That was it.
So Tish
Otherwise-
B'Av commemorates the destruction of the first and second temple.
Again, so it's always the
There you go.
same themes.
It's always
It's
something.
every Jewish holiday can be summed up. They tried to kill us. We survived. Let's eat. Except in this case, some holidays you have to fast, so you have to save your eating until sunset. And
That might go
that's what
viral,
happened
that
last
statement
night.
you just made there, and could be the end of the show.
I'm Jewish. I'm allowed to.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can
I was
kind of,
I was
you can
bar
kind of,
mitzvahed.
ride that coat string. I've done it for my entire lifetime down here.
So, but again, I was kind of shocked and disappointed because I wanted to get that falafel pita sandwich in me under the belt for the day 7 sandwich. I always adjust, and I ended up
So a
finding.
kosher place would be a place you would go to over a Greek place. Then, in this regard,
Well, for a falafel sandwich,
Yeah.
a lot of places do falafel well. Lebanese places, and even of course,
Keezy's
Costas.
Simply Delicious, which, as you
Yeah.
said, changed its location a little bit. I guess they had that location, but now they're only in the one spot,
Yeah.
a little off of
more
A1A.
commercial.
Used to be right by Even Keel. They do a great job with that too. They really do, and supposedly have the best fried chicken, which I've had once or twice. I thought it was real good, but you have to be there to order it and then wait like 25 minutes. That they won't let you call
That's
in
good
advance.
if it's
for that.
made
Yeah.
to order and you come
Yeah.
out hot and crisp right out of the fryer.
And they don't want phony orders, so
No.
they waste a lot of
You
fried
gotta
chicken.
wait. Make people work for their food. I'm
Yeah.
big on that, so
Phony
that's
work.
good. But for those who are into kosher cuisine, that cluster, there's a whole bunch of restaurants up and down Sterling Road, in between 95 and 441. And again, a lot of it's a big Jewish community in Emerald Hills, and there's a bunch of these kosher, like the Israeli kind of shawarma and
shawarma
falafel joints. There's a place called Cafe Noir now that does a big business. There's a place called World Cafe that's kosher. Again, all these places are closed Friday night and Saturday up until some of them open after sunset on Saturdays in the summertime. But it's hard for a kosher restaurant. I mean, I got to give them credit. Any kosher restaurant that could survive when you lose what's traditionally your two biggest grossing nights, Friday nights and Saturday nights. And yet they have clientele that will come out. The big nights are going out on a Sunday night, or if they open up like after 10 o'clock on a Saturday, you'll see people out there eating and drinking and kibitzing until 1 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, so for those of you who are into the kosher food scene, Sterling Road in Hollywood.
See, I wouldn't have thought about going there for a falafel. I'd be thinking Greek places. And it seems like there's a little bit of variety when it comes to what is on a falafel, besides the essence of it, which is the falafel ball itself. But I will say Coast is outstanding. I mean, I've gotten 2 of them there now, and I could eat one every day if I, wasn't putting some kind of, if I just wanted to be 400 pounds. But but they're great, man, and they last a long time. I mean, it takes me 3 sessions to eat one.
So I got a question from Sarni because I put the little roundup of all my sandwiches that I've done for the month, and I stockpiled one more. We're on day 8, and I've actually eaten 8 sandwiches because I didn't even include the great duck confit sliders that we had.
Sandwich wasn't on there, and that seemed really good.
It was really good. And again, it's just that because I ended up having 2 lunches as usual that day with Dickstein up in Delray at this new place, Bar 25, and I had a cheesesteak up there that was excellent because it was made by the chef up there. Walter used to work at Cafe Martirano, and Steve Martirano is known for handing out these Philly cheesesteaks while people are waiting at the bar. And what he does is use highest quality ribeye sliced thin and chopped up, but they basically mix and melt in the cheese with the steak. That's the technique that they use at Martirano, and that's what the technique he's using at this new Bar 25 place, which gives an even cheese to steak distribution. Because I don't like when they first fry up the steak and then you either squirt on the whiz or you just put the slice of provolone on top and let it melt down. This, when it's suffused throughout the whole cheesesteak, gives it a new creamy dimension that just is really satisfying, along with the grilled onions and the peppers. And I'm going into full food porn description.
I love it.
Now.
Yeah, I love it.
So, and I'm starting to actually drool a little bit.
Sort of disgusted by
now, is Martirano's as popular as it was when it was, a definitive destination for people here? That
Look,
you had to,
there,
at some point eat at Martirano's.
Talk about 30 years like shenanigans. I think last summer is when Cafe Martirano, the original on Oakland Park Boulevard near A1A, celebrated their 30th anniversary. So anybody that's in business in this town for 30 years is doing something right, and they have a very, very loyal clientele. So that's all good. And I haven't been in there in a while, but I wish Walter luck at this new place. It's a kind of a gastropub, so it doesn't have Italian food per se, but he's doing all these kind of flatbreads, and including one that's a tribute to the New Haven people with the clam. It's like a white clam and bacon flatbread. Kind of like a clam pizza. But that was good. And so Sarni wanted me to give a rundown and give letter grades, I guess, to all the different sandwiches that I ate in the first week. So I'm going to do it real quick. Is that okay? And I kind of know what
should
your
it be letter
grades
or should it be 4 stars?
All right, let's go to the 4 system.
4-star system.
Stars? What did you do when you were food critic?
4 stars would be kind of a letter system. Maybe
when I was food critic, we would have a 4-star system, not 5 stars. 4 being excellent, outstanding. 3 being good, recommended. I did 3.5. I did halves. I did 3.5 was very good. And 2.5 was like between, like 2 was like fair. I wouldn't really recommend it. 1 was just like utter garbage. I never did 0 stars.
No zeros.
Like 1 star was like the bottom.
Yeah.
If you got 1, it was kind of a
half a star. Just a hook.
Half a star.
Yeah,
you could do a hook. Yeah. All right. The public sub, the Boar's Head Ultimate. I know that Defo was not impressed with the selection.
Those are good, but I mean,
they were good.
Amazing.
I'll give
He
that.
wanted you to come stronger. He wanted you to come harder.
I thought you were coming in with some real high-end quality stuff and a
and
lot of variety and interesting stuff, and you go to Publix and get a sandwich. I mean, any schnook could do that.
I fired out with just something that is, widely recognized. Everybody eats Publix subs. They're ubiquitous. They're probably the biggest purveyor of subs in the state, Publix. And so I started off with a nod to them, and it was a help that it was $6.99 last week. They were on special for the Boar's Head subs, and that's a pretty good deal for a foot-long sub, as you can see by some of the prices. I posted these other sandwiches. That's getting expensive out there in restaurant land, and for good reasons. And
I have the first food war: Wawa versus Publix on the sub sandwich, because at least they're comparable in the category. It's not like
I like
talking Las Patas or V&S, but that would be an interesting one to compare.
We could do a double sandwich day where we do Las Patas versus
you can.
I'm gonna have to rope you in.
All right, the rest of us have to do it over a period of time.
It was perfectly fine. I give it a recommended 3 stars.
Okay, 3 stars on the Publix sandwich.
Okay, so good. Good.
Yeah, it was fine. It was good.
3 stars. Okay.
So 3 is good. 3.5 is really good. 4 is excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
And anything less than 3 is like, I wouldn't run out and eat it. Turkey Club on wheat toast from Roberts. I know that Defo was not thrilled by that, but I thought
Probably
again
was good. I don't know. It looked all right.
Looked interesting.
they fresh roast turkeys every day, and it's hand carved turkey white breast meat on the turkey club, which you don't find. A lot of places use processed meat, so that was a solid 3.5 star sandwich.
Okay,
there.
3 and a hook on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
The combo pastrami corned beef from Grandpa's that was using the Carnegie Deli brand meats. They piled it high for me. They had the rye bread was good. It was seeded rye that was tasted fresh. It wasn't stale. Again, that was another 3.5 star sandwich right there. That was some tremendous stuff. The cheesesteak sub. And even though I didn't mention it, let's mention those duck confit sliders from Three Sons Brewing. Those were 3.5 stars too. Those were very good.
Would you ever give out a 4? Like, what does it take for you to give a 4?
It has to be like an exceptional thing. So
overwhelming.
So far we haven't had exceptional. Okay.
Yeah. So what would you give that duck confit?
I didn't have it. I was drooling. You and Nikki.
Wait, you didn't? Oh, me and Nikki
grabbed the 2. I was like, it better be good.
Oh wow!
They scarfed the crap out of it.
Too bad. So sad. Better luck next time. Okay. Let's run down the rest of the list. That cheesesteak sub came close to 4 star. I mean, the bread was from this bakery called Old School Bakery. They do restaurant wholesale. They're a bakery located up in Delray Beach, and it was that perfect combination of being crunchy and substantial, but being absorbent enough that you didn't have to fight it when you ate the bread. That was close to a 4 star sub. That cheese.
Where was this one from?
That was Bar 25 in Delray Beach with the chef that used to work at Cafe Morderano. That was
nice.
It's expensive. It's $26 with fries.
$26
for a
26 for a full cheesesteak. But again, they're using good quality, prime ribeye steak. So, but it was close to a 4-star
$26 for a sandwich, huh?
Yeah. Close to a 4-star sandwich.
Wow.
Okay, so
we cut it up 3 ways. We actually, me, Dick Steen, and Joe Cassell was there, and we had a bunch of different dishes, but that was one of them. We chopped it up 3 ways, and we all were very impressed with that sandwich.
Cassell liked it. I give it a ringing endorsement because he seems to know his stuff.
So, then we had the
if he ends up feeding it to Tasso, then there's a problem.
Shuck and dive. You know what? I liked it. The breading and the battering on that again, that was the oyster shrimp po' boy. But I was a little bit surprised that it was a dry sandwich. They didn't dress it with any mayo. They didn't ask me if I wanted mayo. They didn't put any mayo in there or remoulade sauce. So I'm docking them a 1/2 star for that, and so that's a 2.5 star sandwich.
Oh, not even 3.
Oh wow!
Well, I mean, it was
for a
good.
place that normally gets like 3.5 star reviews on everything.
So even with the remoulade, you liked the sandwich, you didn't love it.
No,
it
was good. You know what? If it was dressed, or if they asked me about a dressing, and I guess some would say that's my fault because I didn't mention anything about dressing. But
they always do remoulade. I've had that.
I would think. Yeah, it was dry. So, I mean, it just came in as an undressed sandwich, and they get docked points for that. But it has potential. And then, of course, we go to day 6, the tuna sandwich that I've already disparaged from the Yard House. That is I'm going to go 1.5 stars on that one.
Very generous offering there, considering your original review.
All right, 1 star. 1 star. What do I care? We're not.
And a silver star, not even a gold one like you used to have in school, where you put the silver and gold on there.
And then we have, of course, today's the Buttermilk fried chicken sandwich. Shenanigans, they're a sponsor, so but even if they weren't a sponsor, I love all their food and sandwiches. It's a solid 3.5 star.
If you put any more of that stuff on there, though, you would have been seeing stars, I think, by the end of the show.
Hey, let's take our next break, and we don't. You know what? I forgot to do a spot for Tropical Acres. Our friends at Tropical Acres Steakhouse.
We'll be there a week from Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
We're finally going to settle the debts. Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop, 2500 Griffin Road, just west of the 95 and the airport, Fort Lauderdale Airport. We love Tropical Acres. We love it even more on Monday, Tuesdays, because that's half-price wine night. Like tonight, go in there, get your half-price bottle of wine, get your Twin Lobster specials, which is all summer long, Monday through Friday. 2 whole steamed Maine lobsters for $35 with side dish and salad. You can't beat the deal. So you get your half-price wine, you get your $35 lobster, and then go in with somebody else and get a nice filet mignon, a prime rib, and you got yourself a surf and turf meal with a good bottle of wine for about $100. That's ridiculous. That's why I love Tropical Acres Steakhouse. Jack Studiali and his family, they've been running the place a long time. It's been open over 70 years. The masters of hospitality, like you said, Defo, they exude class.
They really
make
do
things right.
Yeah.
And again, they're open every day but Sunday. The butcher shop is open for take-home stuff at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then the dining room opens for early bird, which we're going to forsake the early bird. We'll go in there post early bird, but the first hour, get an extra goodies when you go in there 4:30 to 5:30. Happy hour in the bar till 6:30, and all night dining in the dining room. Again, that's every night starting at 4:30. Except Sunday. They are closed on Sundays. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
A man of your standing in the food community cannot be seen at the early bird at one of your sponsors. I'm sorry,
I'm the
Mike
young
Mayo.
one. I was all about the early bird.
Screaming for a free dessert. You know,
I
it's just
eat early.
I want the ice cream cake.
yeah,
Give me the
yeah.
ice cream cake.
I was
Hey,
excited
does it
for
come with coffee? I can just see you now. All right, more on the lunchbox coming up here in a moment.
People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans. For 30 years, they've been doing a great job. The original location, West Side, 3303 Sheridan Street, just across from TY Park in Hollywood. Then there's the East Side location, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. You go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late in both locations. Go there. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. From our friends at Visit Lauderdale and Lauder Deals, don't miss Dine Out Lauderdale during August and September in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Dozens of top restaurants are offering amazing 3 and 4 course meals starting at just $35. See all the Dine Out Lauderdale menus from more than 50 participating restaurants online at visitlauderdale.com/deals. More taste sensations are being added daily, so plan your culinary adventure to Greater Fort Lauderdale and get your taste of the good life for less. Dig in now at visitlauderdale.com/deals. Looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more? Go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo here for Costas Greek Eatery and Pizzeria. If you want to take a trip to the Aegean without getting on a plane and no need for a passport, just go up to 1940 Northeast 49th Street in Pompano Beach, just west of Federal Highway, just a little bit north of Sample Road, and you will be transported to Greece along with a New York-style pizzeria. They do it both so well. They got Greek specialties like gyros and souvlaki and the grape leaves and the spinach pie, and also great New York thin, crisp New York-style Greek pizza with pepperoni. Don't miss that one. And of course, spinach and gorgonzola. Costa is a great guy. He'll smash a plate, say Opa, and greet and treat you like family. Go to Costas. It's open every day for lunch and dinner. Tell him the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We got all the business out of the way, so we can talk free and clear until the end of the show. You see on the chat line, Joanne Rosen chimes in, and she's a longtime member of Let's Eat South Florida, asking if I've ever tried the Lebanese falau pits, which is made with fava beans instead of chickpeas. Yes, I have, and yes, they're good. She prefers the chickpeas, as do I, but you got to make sure that it's, that when you cut it open, it looks green. And I don't know how they do that, but that when it's, I guess, with parsley and all that stuff. What about you, Defo? Have you ever tried the fava bean
If
version
I
of
have, I
ramen?
wasn't aware of it. But
And that's why you're number 3 on the depth chart because
yeah,
I'm shocked because Lubie he's risen. He's been traveling with the
Oh, my
Shirls. He's got classy wine on the wine rack, and
you keep believing that, man. I mean,
wife.
it's okay.
You know what's interesting so where hummus is like a big deal in the Middle East, Greece doesn't do hummus. It's straight up fava bean
right.
something that they call it.
Yeah.
And I kept looking, and even when they do gyros, they don't do it with hummus, or they won't have hummus. They have the fava bean thing. I'm not gonna lie,
They do hummus. Well, okay.
I liked it. Well, over there when I was there, I didn't see.
Well, okay, yeah, because the Greek restaurants here, like Taverna Opa, they bring a
That's a
mortar
big
and
deal.
pestle with the
Yep.
garlic and the chickpeas, and you mash it up yourself,
Yep.
or they'll do it for you. It's good. Hey, a couple of quick questions for you. Defo, did you do your walk of life today? Because you got to be proud of me. Me and my daughter, we got out
You
there
went?
this morning.
Oh,
We did
yeah?
3.5 miles. I got on the scale the other day. It's a frightening sight. All this
Oh
sandwich
yeah,
eating,
Don King
all
time.
these
Yeah.
double meals.
Beautiful.
I'm going to get back in it, Defo. I've got to get.
You have to. I mean, you know what? Here's the thing, and this is just, it makes perfect sense. But you have to keep your body moving, otherwise, it's gonna, go to rhymes with zit.
No.
And especially as you get older, it's tougher and tougher. Your metabolic rate is 0.0. Blutarsky numbers there, and no, so it's good to get out there. I didn't go yet.
Okay.
I'm going to be taking off right after the show. And I'm trying to find out if I'm playing tennis tonight. So I might do an abridged edition because that'll be like 2 works in a short period of time. It'd be like,
Very good.
being a Wesley Ward horse. I don't want to be working out till, just one run race. We'll win one race and then be retired. So I'll
Okay.
be out there on the track pretty soon.
Pace yourself. All right. My
Yeah.
next question I posed to the group earlier today about an hypothetical food or sports. Let's say somebody offered you basically a dinner for 2, all expenses paid, at the Atelier de Joel Robuchon, which is Miami's highest rated Michelin starred restaurant. It's got the only one that got 2 stars from the Michelin Guide.
All right.
Or you could get 2 tickets, 50-yard line, a club level, or maybe even in a box for the Dolphins home opener against the New England Patriots. Which are you taking?
Well, since I've been to a zillion Dolphin games, I'm going to the restaurant. I mean,
I do restaurant.
biggest sports fan in the world, and I could just as soon watch the game on my phone while I'm being served pheasant
Okay.
under glass or whatever that is. Yeah.
A lot of people are going that route, especially because
Yeah.
the Dolphins have been. It's more like punishment than some sort of pleasurable experience. As one,
It'll be boiling hot that day. Also,
Yes.
it's
This is
absolutely
hot.
on
Summer
fire,
games,
ablaze.
summer games.
Well,
Or-
again, club level. If you're in the luxury box, it's
a little better,
air-conditioned, But again, like one commenter said, both of those experiences make me cry, but for different reasons.
but I mean, it's a much heftier check. You have to go where's the value? Oh no, actually, it'll run you the club seats and everything. It'll run you 600.
Yeah,
You go see a Dolphin game. I'd much rather eat the food. It's more tangible.
Yeah, I mean, if you go in the luxury box kind of experience, you're
Yeah.
talking about like 4
Yeah, it's nuts.
figures. If you get all the food and wine, but all the food and the beverages, and same thing at Joel Robuchon. If you get
Catering, nothing to write home about.
like
in
with the
those
wine
suites
flight,
either. Yeah.
that would probably be 500 per person. So you're talking about $1,000.
You
Value
ought to
wise,
do an investigation, Mike Mayo, into. I don't know if you ever did it with the Sun Sentinel, but the people that are paying like zillions for the catering and the skyboxes, which I had the pleasure of being, accommodated many, many times in skyboxes during my time going to games. But the food was never anything to write home about for the money that
no.
you're paying.
Always
In any stadium setting, they get that
Always
giant sub sandwich, which looks great, but it isn't all
you
that.
gotta
That
pay
was
for all those
expensive.
free agent busts somehow, and it's usually with
My
overpriced,
God.
mediocre food. All right, hey, we're done for today.
That's it?
gentlemen. Yeah, we're gonna. That was painless.
Wow.
Like some other procedures I've had lately. So that's gonna do it for the lunchbox. For Jeff Defo DeForest, number 3 on the depth chart now when it comes to eating and drinking.
Put me
but-
number 4 because I'm behind Serena Williams. She's obviously been eating a lot of Subway sandwiches, judging by her struggle here in her first round match in Toronto that I'm
Oh,
watching.
man. And number 2, Mike Lubie Lubitz. I am the number 1 food honcho, Mike Mayonnaise Mayo, saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. And remember to enjoy every sandwich.